think everybody knows me. I'm John Brumstead, and I have the glorious honor and pleasure of being the CEO of the University of Vermont Medical Center and Health Network. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all here to celebrate with us. And looking out on this glorious day, it's obvious that a project this size truly takes a village to get to this point. The only thing that will top off this day is the ribbon cutting, which will be about 2 years from now, right, Eileen Whalen? Yes, sir. All right, okay. But sooner, yeah, sooner. We're pushing for sooner. But this is a topping off ceremony, and traditionally that's to honor the workers who've been directly involved in the construction. And I'd like to pause a moment for all you guys and a couple gals in hard hats and your fluorescent shirts for us to give a round of applause to thank you for where you've gotten us to. Thank you so much, and I don't want to jinx anything, but this has been an incredible run of high-quality work, and as a former chief quality officer, I'll say safe work too, and that is very much appreciated. Also the fact, I want to make sure that all the community members here know that over 80% of the folks that are building this beautiful building come from Vermont and a few from northern New York, and that's been a really, really good effort by our folks and by the Whiting Turner construction folks. So that's very, very much appreciated. I also want to welcome and thank our donors. This is a big, big project, and to get approval, part of the deal was that we had to have a significant amount of the $30 million in philanthropy to support this project literally in the bank before we could get started. We had to have 20 million of that, and we're well on the way to that 30 million. We're close to 25 million in philanthropy. So thank all of you for your support for this project. I want to thank the public officials that have helped us with the regulatory and permitting process, and we have our mayor, Moreau Weinberger, here today. Thank you very much for coming, Moreau. There you are. And really, to flesh out the it takes a village. We have staff here, we have clinicians here, we have clinical leaders, and we have other community members, all of whom, and patients and their families, all of whom have participated in getting us to this point. And all have given time, energy, and support in many, many ways to get the project to this point. And ultimately, every single ounce of that energy, every dollar, every bit of support has been a direct gift back to this community and region, and I really want to personally thank you all for that. And I'm now, this is the Miller Building, and I won't say the better half or the other half of the couple that made this possible. Bob Miller, would you come up and give us some words today? You can both come if you want, but Bob, you're scheduled to speak.
Yeah, I got some real words. Thanks, John. John says your words are all up there. My job is to have Martin Pidgeon from the Whiting and Turner come up next. But I would just like to say it's just a great pleasure on our part to be instrumental in making this whole project go forward. And the fact that most of the construction is being done by local workers, and when you look out here and you see 200 or 300 workers, we know that that generates another 400 or 500 jobs in the community, either in stores, gas stations, whatever. So we couldn't be prouder than to be the major benefactor of this project. So that's all I have to say. Thank you. This is the one that can do the talking.
I didn't know I would be asked to make some remarks, but they have to be personal for me, and that is my father's life was saved in this hospital years and years ago when he was very, very sick, and my brothers were in and out with various issues. I had mine. When I was 16, I had appendicitis, and I had an emergency surgery, and I woke up in a double room, and within an hour or two, the woman laying next to me died, and I was alone. I was 15 or 16 years old, and that was a really amazing experience. If it had happened in today's world for me, I would have gotten in the bed and held her, but she died without, no one expected it. It was an emergency. People were in and out, and that was terrifying for me. But with the single roots now, people will have much more privacy and more dignity. But I want to thank all of the nonprofits coming together. I feel like it's a new day here. It's not just the hospital, it's the hospital and the VNA and the respite house, all kinds of services coming together. And we know that can make it stronger and hopefully less expensive. But that's always out there in the clouds to figure that out. But I do also want to say that we use the hospital a lot with a big family, my parents, and I'm pretty sure they never were able to completely get rid of their bill from the hospital. So I've said this before, I think we're even now because yeah. And I'm saying this in honor of my parents. They were deeply loved and they were hardworking people, but they couldn't afford everything. And health care, there was no insurance. So I'm thrilled. I know people will get amazing care here, and thank you all for being here.
I'm Martin Pigeon from North Stars Masonry. First, I want to thank White and Turner for giving me the honor of speaking on behalf of all the subcontractors. We would like to thank UVM Medical Center, White and Turner, E4H Architect for allowing us to be part of this select team to bring the highest level of value to this project. I think most of us who are part of a large and high-profile job like this, whether we are a carpenter, steel worker, painter, or super great masons, all share one thing in common. Once this project is completed, year after year, we'll drive by those projects with our friends, family, and we'll say, I did it, as we single-handedly build it all by ourselves. North Stars Masonry and a large majority of the contractors on this project are local, which means our employees, our friends, and family also rely on UVM Medical Center to provide the highest quality of healthcare. We are honored to be part of the Miller Building project. One of our Mason had a great experience right behind this building last year. When his wife gave birth to a brand new baby boy, he told me what a great experience he had and how great the hospital staff was for him, his wife, and the baby. He is very grateful to have this level of medical service so close to home. Today, the steel workers are installing the last and highest piece of steel, which means that this impressive structure is completed. The steel and the concrete are the bones of this building. Now, the masons, the glazers, the roofers will be to put the final touch and it really is beauty. For those of you who have been involved so far, congratulations. For those of you whose journey is beginning on this project, welcome and good luck. Thank you. I just want to present Rick Warhol, Vice President, National Healthcare Coordinator from White & Turner.
Hi, my name is Rick Warhol, and I'm a Division Vice President with Whiting Turner, and I'm so excited to be part of this great bed building that'll improve the quality of the Champaign Valley. First, I want to thank Martin for representing all the workers so well here that everybody got us to this pivotal milestone. I'd also like to thank the stellar team at University of Vermont Medical Center, led by Dave Kelty. The brilliant architecture of E4H, Morris Switch. I think that's for Dave. The brilliant architecture of E4H, Morris Switzer Environments for Health, led by Dan Morris, Jerry Switzer, and Thomas Morris. Our on-site team, which is led by Project Manager Tim Kostick and Field Superintendent Paige Sisk, and and our great partners in Negley and Chase who've helped us get this far. So a topping off ceremony is a long-standing Scandinavian tradition of placing a tree on top to appease the tree-dwelling spirits displaced in construction. Well, we mostly only displaced parking spaces, but I'm sure there's a lot of spirits that are not happy about that. The tree is also meant to represent good luck for the people who cross paths in that building. And of course, we want all the people, the millions of people who will be treated here, to have the best luck as possible. This tradition was also combined with a Norwegian tradition of putting the national flag as well as a local flag, so you'll see the Vermont flag and of course our US flag here too. And in recent years, we've started painting the beams white and having all the workers and friends of the project sign it. And today, over 400 people will have signed that beam that will be part of this structure forever. As Dr. Brumstead mentioned, we run a very safe project. To date, we have over 135,000 man-hours without a safety incident. And our goal is always to get everybody home safe every day, and that page leads that charge. And as also was mentioned, about 90% people are local Vermont and local workforce, but also 76% of all the companies are Vermont-based. So that's a good thing. So far, in the Miller building, we've included over 4,000 cubic yards of steel by SD Ireland, 3,000 tons of steel fabricated by Canatel and erected by SSW from right down in Morrisville. By pushing innovation and collaboration to the limits, we've installed over 460 wet walls that were fabricated in Holly Court and brought to the site and done in harmony by Manganero, Vermont Mechanical, and Benoit Electric. But we still have a lot of challenging work to do. We have about 14,000 cubic yards of limestone, which I think Martin said he's going to install himself by North Star's Masonry, 65,000 square foot of metal panel by J.W. McDougall, 1,200 sprinkler heads by FireTech, and over 400 openings that'll be a very smart glass that's going to be installed by St. Albans Glass. So it's no small achievement so far, but with this crack team of all-star contractors, it's going to be a good challenge. So at this time, I'd like to I'd like to turn your attention to the beam. And we're going to ask Flint Wine from SSW Erectors to hoist the beam into the final place of the Milder building.
What an incredible moment. My name is Eileen Whalen. I'm president here at the Medical Center, and I want to join in all the previous speakers and just really thank every one of you for being here, and especially thank the Millers for your generosity and your community support. Without you, this project would not have been possible. And as Holly made a comment, it's really important to make this personal to me. So I'm you're sharing a birthday with my dad. My dad was a builder. And I remember the first hospital building project I worked on, he said to me, "Do they know what you're doing? Do they know I sent you to nursing school?" And I have to tell you, without his really setting that framework and that work ethic and raising 10 children on that dollar in every building he built, I wouldn't be here today. So we're really, really proud of the ability to bring this building to our patients and families, most importantly, and to this community. I cannot begin to tell you how important our patients and families have been in really designing this building, and so many of our faculty, staff, physicians, learners who have been part of this design. So I want to thank every one of you for being here. I know I'm the only thing that stands between a phenomenal lunch, so I'd like to invite everyone over to join us for a barbecue and recognize that no one can go back to work until lunch has been served. So gentlemen, thank you for your work, and thank you for today. Good job.
Thank you.